Garb Sanskar word is combination of two words. Garb means fetus and Sanskar means ordination or melioration. In simple words, we can say it is educating the fetus in womb or just improving the progeny. Ayurveda prescribed a holistic care for the mother to be to ensure her health and the health of the unborn child too. Garb Sanskar stems from the belief that a baby's mental and behavioral development begins right from the time he is conceived. Thus, the fetus in utero totally dependent on mother not only for physical development but also for mental, psychological and behavioral development too. This is the reason why it is said that the mother's state of mind can have a huge impact during pregnancy. Garb Sanskar can be traced back to ancient Hindu texts and Ved as early as 1500 to 500 BC. Its major reference is in the Mahabharata, which was written roughly around 400 BC. In this epic, it is mentioned that the famous warrior Abhimanyu learned the art of breaking Chakravyuh, a kind of war technique, when he was in his mother Subhadra's womb, as his father Arjun was narrating the method to his mother. To adopt the principles of Garb Sanskar, pregnancy should always be planned. Garb Sanskar starts from preconception rituals that are called Bij Shuddhi, means improving the quality of sperm and ovum. Too young or too old couple should not try for conception. Man should marry a girl who is born in a family not belonging to parents. Incest is prohibited for conception because it will enhance the chance of hereditary diseases in progeny. Couple trying for conception should be healthy and not suffering from hereditary and contagious diseases. Before trying for conception, the couple should undergo complete Sanshodhan involving Abhyang, Swed, Vaman, Virechan, followed by Asthapan and Anuvasan Basti. These biopurificatory measures are beneficial in reducing oxidative stress in the body that will further enhance the quality of sperm and ovum. The couple should be in peaceful state of mind and eat light diet before coitus. The time should be appropriate for trying the conception. It shouldn't be at twilight, festival days, early morning, midnight, midday. Place shouldn't be open and unclean. Fertile period of women should be selected for the procreation. Man should consume grit and milk medicated with ashwagandha, bala, shatavari and kapikachu. One or all the drugs can be used for medication. Women should consume oil and marsh. These herbs act as aphrodisiac before coitus. The couple should invite divine soul with high qualities by listening or reciting the mantra before coitus.
अहिरसि आयुरसि सर्वतः प्रतिष्ठासि धाता त्वादधातु विधिता त्वादधातु ब्रह्मवर्चसा भव ब्रह्मा बृहस्पतिर्विष्णु सोमः सूर्यस्तथाश्विनौ भगो मित्रावरुणौ वीरं ददतु मे सुतम् वीरं ददतु मे सुतम्.
The couple can perform Putreshti Yagya, a sacrificial ritual with holy fire to pray God for providing healthy and intelligent child. After conception, the pregnant woman should give up non-congenial diet and mode of life. She should say no to stale food, packaged or processed food, refined flour products, excessive use of sweet, salty, spicy, sour, bitter, and fried food, overeating and undereating, genetically modified food. She should avoid psychological and physical stress. She should avoid grief, anger, and sudden shock, as by visiting horrendous places like cremation ground and watching horror movies, because that will make her child emotionally unstable and coward. Women should refrain from lifting overweight, jerky journey in pressurized aircraft, prolonged squatting in abnormal posture, and sleeping in supine position, overindulgence in quietus, and suppression of natural urges. All these activities going to harm the fetus in womb. She should avoid the use of electronic gadgets like mobile phone, as growing fetus in womb will be prone to radiation damage. She should consume congenial diet like liquid, sweet, uncooked substances treated with appetizing herbs. Use butter, milk, ghrit, curd treated with condiments, shallishestic rice, pulses like mudg, wheat flour, honey, jackfruit, banana, amlaki, draksha, dry fruit, meat soup. The food should be freshly prepared and staple to her, because whatsoever eatables and drinkables are consumed by the pregnant woman, same become congenial to fetus. Therefore, diet should be taken considering place of living, time or season, and digestive capacity of woman. These facts should never be ignored. She should live in a neat and clean place, fumigated with fragrant and volatile drugs. She should bear good moral character and follow good conduct. She should respect elders, worship God, read religious literature, and watch educational programs on social media. She should listen Vedic hymns or instrumental music. The music should be pious, calm, and melodious. That will soothe the mind and soul of pregnant woman, that directly impacts the fetus in womb. She should talk to fetus in womb, that will induce positivity in fetus and helps in development of bonding among them. By doing that, mother can program the fetal brain for bright future and much more. She should practice pranayam, yoga, and meditation under experts' supervision. Simantopnayan is a ritual that is usually performed in 8th month of pregnancy, in which friends and relatives of women meet, acknowledge, and satisfy the food cravings of the expectant woman and give gifts to the mother and baby would be. As per Ayurvedic literature, fetus expresses its longings through the mother, that is called Dohirde. Dohirde should always be fulfilled, because non-fulfillment can cause abnormalities or even death of the fetus. Pregnant women should keep her thought process positive despite adversaries, since positive thinking improves cardiovascular health, boosts immunity, and induces better resilience. Without the support of family and husband, this journey can't be smooth for pregnant women. Thus, sympathetic, loving, and caring attitude of family is the most important thing to achieve the goal. The woman should follow the month-wise dietary regime mentioned in Ayurvedic texts along with Basti and Yoni Pichu in ninth month. That will maintain health status of the mother and prepares her passage for easy and normal delivery. All these practices will induce positivity in mother, relaxes the mind of mother, and prepares her body for uneventful spontaneous delivery. As uncomplicated normal delivery is must to give birth to a baby, otherwise all previous efforts will go in vain. At the time of delivery, a prayer to get virtuoso baby with uncomplicated delivery should be played in the labor room to transmit positivity in the environment.
क्षितिर्जलं वियत्तेजो वायुर्विष्णु प्रजापति सगर्भां त्वां सदा पान्तु वैशल्यं च दिशन्तु ते प्रसूष्वतं विक्लिष्टमविक्लिष्टाशुभानने कार्तिकेयद्युतिं पुत्रं कार्तिकेयाभिरक्षिताम् कार्तिकेयाभिरक्षिताम्।
Getting a healthy child by normal delivery is not the end of road of sanskars. We also need an unchallenging puerperal period after delivery. We keep on inculcating good values in our child by following post-birth sanskars and maintaining a congenial environment at home, as home is the most secure, passionate place and of course the first school of the child too. Namaskar.